Hey guys, and welcome to this week's video where I'm actually not going to be driving. Now, my dad watches these videos, bless him, and he sent me a message last week and he said, Casey, you really need to stop driving when you're doing these videos because watching you makes me feel sick because it moves so much. He was like, it's painful, it makes me feel so sick. So I'm going to do this video for you today, Dad, where I'm not going to move the car, I'm just going to stay here. Now, excuse the back, there's always something random in the back. We're actually moving house next week, so this again is bags for charity. So no skateboard this week, no drone in the back, it's bags for charity. So today's video, I want to talk to you about the 5 mistakes that I made as a fashion stylist. Now, I previously did a video on the 5 mistakes. I don't like to call them mistakes. You learn from everything, you know, it's feedback, not failure. But they're things that I want to teach you guys not to do. So just don't make these mistakes that I've made in your fashion styling career. Now, in a previous video as well, I have told you the difference between a personal stylist and a fashion stylist. And I'm very briefly just going to go through them again for those of you that haven't watched those videos so you understand what a fashion stylist role is. Now, personal styling is when you're going to be working one-on-one with your client, and the main services that you're going to be offering are your personal shopping jobs and your wardrobe detoxes, and you're working to a brief of understanding the client's style, personality, understanding their body shape, understanding their colours, understanding their lifestyle and their budget, and then you're working around this. And with fashion styling, you're going to be working with photographers, you're going to be working on advertising campaigns, you're going to be working on editorials, you're going to be working with celebrities for events, like dressing them for events or for magazine shoots or anything like that. So they are very different, and you can obviously do both, and I have both on my website. I offer fashion styling and personal styling, but they are very different. So today I want to talk to you about the mistakes that I've made as a fashion stylist so you guys don't make the same mistakes. Number 1 is always tape up your shoes when you're doing a photo shoot. So I have been stung on this one, and I don't want you guys to do that as well. So when you're doing a photo shoot and you pull in some shoes, so you pull in from a PR company, or you borrow some shoes to use for a shoot, you need to be taping up the bottom of the shoe so that it doesn't get dirty. Now, I've done this before where I've used the shoe, didn't tape up the bottom, it's got dirty, and then you have to pay for the shoe out of your own money. So this is a thing really to remember, guys, is tape up the shoes when you're doing a fashion shoot. So another mistake is believing the sizing that you're given on a job brief. So for example, you're going to get model cards sent through, you're going to get your briefing with the different sizing, so the shoe size and the dress size and the waist size, and when I first started, I really believed that what they were writing was true. So I'd get in for example, size 14. If that's what it said in the card, the celebrity is a size 14, I'm going to get in size 14. But I've arrived on jobs where this simply just isn't the case. So I've learnt from this, and now I would always take a size 14 and a size 16, so get different sizes. And then if the size 16 is like slightly too big, you can pull it in. If the size 14 is slightly too big, you can pull it in. Okay, so always get different sizes. Don't just assume that what they're writing is correct. Always get a variation, so when you get to the shoot, you're not just stuck with loads of clothing that won't fit. Get lots and lots of different things. You can never have too many. It's way better to go on a shoot and have more options than having less and everyone just being annoyed at you because you just haven't got the right products that are going to work for the shoot. So talking of pulling things in, this is another thing I'll say. Don't forget to take clips on a fashion shoot. This is so important. If you want to be pulling things in at the back to make them smaller, you really need to be taking clips on your shoot. So this is a mistake that I've made. When I first started out, I'd get to a shoot, forgotten a clip, and then things need to be taken in, and you look like a bit of a donut stylist if you don't have your clips. So this is another thing, guys. Another thing to note is that as a fashion stylist, especially for those that are really just starting out in a career and really want to get known and be seen as an authority, you have to be going to the press events. You need to be going to these press launches before the public are shown the product. You need to be going to these PR events. You have to be seriously mingling and seriously networking. Now, luckily for me, I moved to London quite early on in my fashion styling career, so I was really getting in the thick of things, which is when my fashion styling career really started to accelerate, and I started to see more and more jobs coming in. But a mistake I would say is right at the beginning. I mean, I did get in there quite early, and I did move to London, and I did start going to the press events pretty early on. But I would say that a mistake I made was not doing it sooner. So I would highly recommend that if you're invited to these press events, you need to be going to them. You need to be networking. Seriously, getting to know the different brands, getting to see the items before they've launched in the shops, getting to be putting these things up on your social media. And also, you're going to get so many goodies when you go to these events. So get in the thick of it. Go to the press events, be going to all these events, and get your face out there as a new fashion stylist. Not so much as your career progresses and you've been doing it for years and years, but I'm saying at the beginning this would be a huge mistake for you to make if you're not attending these events. And lastly, guys, I'm going to give you this one. Now, this doesn't stand for me, but I have seen lots and lots of students doing this and lots of other stylists doing this. I'm going to say this is a mistake, not necessarily that I've made, but it's a mistake that I see being made. So I don't want you guys to do this. And that is to be doing too many test shoots as a fashion stylist and not knowing your worth. So I would say when you're starting out, you definitely have to be doing these test shoots. You have to be, and when I teach this in my academy, you have to be doing things for free to start with. You have to be working with models for free. You have to be working with photographers for free. You have to be working with magazines for free. Any way that you can get these test shoots in to sort of start your portfolio and get lots of different things and lots of different projects in your portfolio, you need to be grabbing all these opportunities. But I've seen some people do this for so long, and it's like they don't understand their worth, and their portfolio is already so good, but they just carry on and on and on and on doing these things for free, and they're really not taking that seriously because they've been doing it for so long for free. Know your worth, guys, and do start charging as soon as you've got a decent enough portfolio together. So don't just fear, people are so fearful of putting a price out there for their time. So know your worth and don't do these test shoots ongoing for longer than you really need to be. If you've got any questions, you want to know anything about fashion styling or personal styling, you can email me, casey@caseypaulstyling.co.uk. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe to the channel. I do these videos every week. If you've got any questions, as I said, you can comment below or send me an email. If you haven't already downloaded my ebook, you can do that for free by clicking the link below. It's 10 steps to becoming a supreme stylist. This is absolutely free, and I'm going to give you all my insights into the steps that you need to be taking to become a supreme stylist. Also, I've got live courses. I do online courses, and I also do business courses and mindset courses. So if you want to be kept in the loop with everything, then don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you next week. Take care. Bye bye.